Hi, and welcome to Voice with Julia and day 18 of our Marchesi vocal exercises. Today, I'm going to be pairing exercise 22 and 23 together because on exercise 22, we're doing ascending octaves, and on 23, we're doing descending octaves.
Voice with Julia, change your voice, change your life.
Negotiating that transition from the upper octave to the lower octave, or vice versa, from the lower to the upper, can be very tricky. And this exercise tests your dexterity and your mind, because you have to really adjust that feeling of registration and the feeling of the pitch. So we're learning to train our ear and train our throats at the same time. So as you're working these two exercises, make sure you start out slowly. Do not start out quickly. Don't go at the speed of your nervous system. Really take your time to sing each of the pitches and making sure that when you go from that top octave down, that it's very clean and you're not clunking into the bottom, and that you're balanced going from the bottom octave back up as well. So with that, let's start exercise number 22. And I'm going to start on C major as is notated in the Marchesi score. And you can get a little bit faster if you feel secure going from that upper to lower octave. But don't make sure that you don't unhook that rhythm and do something like this. Because that's not quite under control. You can get to that point eventually, but right now, let's not push it, okay? And when you have to stay in control, it makes you much more aware of where you're holding and where you kind of want to just push the air through to get by. So it makes tuning of the most important point here. Now let's go on to exercise number 23, and you'll see that you almost have inverse problems on this one that you did on the other one. So this one is much trickier, I think, for me, for tuning, because as we go down, we tend to want to lose that intonation. So you really need to mentally think up as you're coming down. So we're starting on that top octave, coming back down, going back up and coming back down. Okay, so it's like a slide. You hear that? So if you're not thinking, instead of, right? That kind of, well, we lose pitch, we lose rhythm, we lose everything, right? So attend to each pitch first carefully. Then you can take it a little faster. And what's going to help you with the speed is as you come into that lower part of the voice, that you don't let it get too weighty into the chest voice, because then it's going to be hard to transition back and forth, okay? So you can practice this. Those octave switches are very important. You don't want to go too much, right? And you'll get out of pitch and it will be unregistrated. So play around with that as you're trying out these two exercises and let me know how it goes.